a stadium with a stand named after them. What does it mean to return home and compete in front of a Birmingham crowd in a venue that's celebrating your achievements?
Thank you. Firstly, I want to say thanks for having me. Honestly, just pretty nostalgic, really. I was like walking around and I was getting flashbacks of the tracks and just growing up here and it being a red track. The backstand wasn't even there, it was a hill. Yeah, and it's honestly like, I keep saying it's like my London 2012 in a sense. I've been here since I was 10. I've seen everything here. The staff, I still know the staff that are here. Like nothing's really changed, and not many people can say like I've been here over 20 years now. So not many people can say like they're going to race in their home track. And probably in front of a majority of people I'm going to know. So it's going to be cool.
How does it feel then to deal with that nostalgia of having those memories of walking in here as a teenager, that you was in a different place with the sport, and now to come back as a professional and be trying to do what you're trying to do?
I'm funnily enough, I'm glad that I did Commonwealth 2022, because Commonwealth 2022, if we were talking then, I went out like a bat of hell. It was literally right after the World Championship I got my first medal. And I got the hairdryer treatment from my coach, because it was like, you've been training for a certain time and you go through in 20 point whatever in the first 200. Like, what are you doing? I'm not going to say what he really said, but you can kind of figure it out. And so now, again, I'm a little bit older. I've gone through that experience now, so, you know, the emotions are a little bit more controlled, whereas 2022, generally, I was like falling off a little bit every time I stepped onto the track. Now I kind of know what to expect, and the noise will be a bit crazy, but I've been there, done it, so yeah, it'll be cool.
Thanks, Matt. And Amy, competing at home always brings incredible support. Does that give you extra motivation, or does it bring pressure?
Definitely. I think I'm someone who really thrives off that kind of competition environment, and the noisier it is, the better it is for me. I love it so much. So I kind of had a small taste of that in Glasgow. That was my first experience of a somewhat kind of home champs. So I can't wait to see what it's going to be like here. As someone who grew up watching London 2012, and then I was in the stadium for the men's 100 final at London 2017. So I was part of the noise, and then it'd be cool to see kind of the next little Amy in the crowd cheering me on, so yeah, I can't wait to get out there.
And you've got a busy week ahead of you. What goes into the decision making to attack both that 100 and the 200? How do you know you're ready for it? And then potentially the relay as well.
I think, to quote Sharpay Evans, I want it all. I want it all. So I think we know what the times we're putting down in training, and also I think it's important as a sprinter to be complete sprinter and be able to be competitive across that full kind of 60, 100, 200 relay. And now obviously we have the introduction of the mixed relay, so it gives us another opportunity, and that should be really exciting to bring together some of the biggest names in British sprinting onto one team together. It would be really iconic. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm trying to keep as chill as possible because I'm racing nearly every day, and I've got quite a strict kind of program of how to look after myself and what I'm doing to recover. But yeah, I can't wait to get out there and experience the crowd as many times as possible.
Thank you, Amy. And Jessica, it's almost the opposite for you. You will be all done tomorrow. You have both rounds tomorrow.
Yeah, it's more economical. Yeah, hopefully, yeah.
Well, and hopefully you can enjoy watching everyone for the rest of the week.
Oh, I for sure will, absolutely.
So your generation of shot put women have been threatening to go over that 21 metre mark for a few years. How did it feel to be the woman that did it?
It was crazy, actually. I didn't expect it. Of course, there were a few girls aiming for it, but training went great, and I decided to do it.
And these guys have spoken about the atmosphere they're going to have in front of a home crowd. You were successful in winning gold in front of a home crowd in Appledon at the European Athletics Indoor Championships. Do you have any advice for our British athletes?
Well, don't get nervous when some kind of prince or the queen or something turns up. And that was my mistake. So try to be relaxed, enjoy the atmosphere, and it's going to be a great experience for sure.
Be on Monarch watch. Try and give people a heads up. So over to you, Audrey. You're probably going to do the most number of laps at the track. Even with Amy's busy schedule, we might see you more on the track. The Swiss media are here en masse. The hype around this women's 800 is just growing around the world, really. Is this the kind of atmosphere that you welcome and that you look forward to?
Yeah, thank you for your question. So yeah, I really like when there is a lot of people, from Switzerland or people I know in the stadium, because it's just a great atmosphere, and yeah, they can support us. So it just pushed me to finish faster.
And you've been, for people that are maybe coming to athletics in Britain and for the senior championships, you've been so dominant in the age group championships that European Athletics put on. 2 under-20 titles, an under-23 title. How have those competition experiences prepared you for the senior stage?
For me, it was really important to continue running at the junior level, because it gave me a lot of experience just to be around the world and to stay focused on my goal when there's a lot of things going on. And yeah, for me it was really cool those years when I was a junior, because I learned a lot of things in a really short time, so it was really important for me.
And thank you. We'll now open the floor to questions from the accredited media. Please state your name and your media organisation when you ask a question. So hands up when you're ready. Thank you. We got one over here, please.
Bonjour, it's Robert Zemler. I'm with DPA from Germany. Question to Audrey. Werro, you're very close to the world record. Can it be broken? Will you do it? How long will it take?
I don't know, and now it's the European Championships, and I don't think it's the better place to do a world record, because the goal is to win a medal. So I don't know if the race will be fast or it will be a tactical race. So I don't have the world record now in my head, and my goal for the European Championships is to do a podium. So this is just my goal for now.
Hello, Nick Clitheroe, BBC Midlands Today. One for Matt. Hello, Matt. You talked about coming here as a 10-year-old. How important is it to you to inspire the next generation of young kids from Wolverhampton to take up the sport?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, Birchwood as a whole has a rich history of athletes. We've got Denise right up front, Catherine Mary, Marlies Francis, and now myself really picking it up. I mean, there's always going to be, as a club, we've always been fortunate to have like a high quality of athletes. So, you know, I do find it like my responsibility to try and inspire the next generation. So whether it's Birmingham, Wolverhampton, Warsaw, West Brom, like always try and represent the area as best as I can. And I do know, like, especially when I come down now and again, like there are like there is a bit more of an influence in the sense of more uptake. I get messages from Virtual Harriers or people from Wolverhampton. I try and message back as much as I can. It's getting pretty intense right now because they're asking me a lot of questions, but it is what it is. You know, it is, I think, like, as a whole, it's our responsibility, especially now that I'm getting to the end of my career, to, you know, show that you can do it. Because, like I said, I've done the sports halls, I've done the YDLs, I've done English schools, I've won English schools here, you know, European, all that, and I'm literally around the corner from here. So, like, if I can do it, then, you know, anyone from the Midlands can do it. So that's my whole spiel, really. So, yeah.
Hello, it's Matt Mayer from the Express and Star. This one's for Matt as well. So why do you feel you're better equipped to deal with the pressure this time around, kind of 4 years on?
It was my first world medal. It was off the back of like an intense 2021. A lot happened, and then, you know, got my first world medal straight into Birmingham. You can imagine, one, I was hyped as hell. I had all my friends and family here. Commonwealth was packed. I locked eyes with my family on the start line, and I was just like, oh my god, okay. I remember like going down to the core room. I think it was Martin and a couple of the others, like, how you feel? I was like, I'm gonna explicitly, I can't really say it, but yeah, I said a couple of words and they were like, no, stop. And then I went down and they saw me, they saw my head bob in the first 50. It's like, he's trying to go to the world record, and I was like, yeah. But like, you know, you kind of learn from your mistakes, and as you get old, like I said, I've been in the sport since 2014 now. I've seen it all, done it all, so I'm way more equipped than I was. I've got a lot more experience, got some grey hairs on me now, so I understand the sport and I know what to do, and at the end of the day, I'm just here to win, so yeah, that's the goal.
Go at the back there, one from the other side. Yeah.
What?
Hello, this is Tim from ARD German Television. This one is for Jessica. Jessica, you already achieved the 20 meters this season. Yemisi Mabry, formerly known as Ogolea, did that indoors, and now she's getting closer and closer outdoors. What are your thoughts about having her as an Olympic champion in the field?
I saw the pictures of her wedding, and I'm very jealous. But she's really nice, she's really great. And we just love to compete together. I'm really happy she's here as well. I think we're going to push each other to great distances.
Thank you.
Vegard Kjellmostein from NRK Norway, and this one is for Audrey. Can you share the story behind your celebration and what does it symbolize?
Yes, so the story behind the celebration is when I was younger, like maybe 12 years old, my father used to tell me before the race I have to be a lion, and I should not be shy, because I was really shy as a child. So it was from there, and this quote followed me for my whole evolution. And then the beginning of this year, I decided to just take this quote and to do a celebration with that. So this is the sign of a lion.
Hello, Alex Settle from European Athletics. A question for Amy. A lot of people enjoyed the sort of semi-viral clip interviews you did with Athletics Weekly, where you said, me and the 100 metres, yeah, we're pretty good friends. Me and the 200 metres, we're having a bit of a fight right now. So what's the latest, Goss? What's the latest on those metaphorical friendships?
I actually think me and the 200 might have a lovely little reunion, a little make up this champs. We did a lot of testing in the last couple of weeks. We have some time trials that we always do before major champs, and yeah, it's looking really good. It's looking really exciting. So I'm kind of ahead of where I was before Tokyo. So I think hopefully I can look forward to a happy kind of renewal of our vows this next week.
Hello, Jeremy from Switzerland. Question for Amy. Geraldine Ditizio-Frey come with the best European performance of the year on 100 meters. How do you see the possible match against you and her?
I think the women's 100 overall is super exciting. Like, to even make the top 12 to get by, you have to be kind of running low 11.0s, which is completely unprecedented. So I think it really speaks to the quality of European sprinting, especially as we have world's indoor champion kind of in Europe, and I think we're kind of really starting to take it to the rest of the world. So yeah, I think it'll be super exciting. All the girls I know so well, I race so often, and they're such championship performers. So yeah, I think no one knows how it's going to go. Hopefully it goes my way. So yeah, we'll see tomorrow night.
Hi, Ken McGuire from Associated Press. A question for anyone. How important is it for you that performance bonuses are now in place, and how does that help you? And do you want to see that expanded? I imagine you do, or increased, or expanded to more athletes. And then specifically for Matt, Michael Johnson said that he's gotten the athletes paid from from the track. Yeah, sorry, I forgot the name. I wonder if could you confirm that, and just generally what was your experience and takeaways from that experience?
I'm gonna be real. I haven't made me like a fish, so I can't remember what's going on today. Honestly, this whole year I've been just focused on Europeans. So Grand Slam, I don't even know if I've been paid, to be honest with you, and you can quote that, but at the end of the day, I'm just focused on the Europeans. So on that regard, and then the prize money. Who doesn't want money at the end of the day? It's gonna knock me. It's gonna stop me from slowing down and celebrating. I'm gonna run through the line. And you know, it's an extra bit of cash. So everyone wants that. So yeah, that's.
I think it's good to continue to kind of professionalize and level up our sport. You know, we're really lucky to be part of a sport that's so global and it has such high participation levels kind of from every single corner of the world. And if we can make sure that people have an incentive and feel supported enough to be able to make these major championships, we can see representation kind of from across the board. And it's good for us because we need to kind of level ourselves up to the same as other sports such as F1 and tennis who are doing really well by their athletes. And if we can kind of aim to be getting into the same leagues as them, it would be good for all of us, kind of us, you guys, everyone. Because I think at the end of the day, I think we're probably the hardest sport in the world. I think no other sport can keep up with our training and do what we do. So it would be great to kind of close that circle off and try and like elevate and all of us to move up.
If you feel comfortable, you do, but it's...
well, I mean, obviously, throwing areas or throwing is not really paid well compared to sprinting or whatever. So we're also not in the Ultimate Championships. So as long as the money involved, we're happy because we get a little bit more than we're used to. But compared to the other athletes, throwers are just still underpaid, unfortunately.
I'm sorry, but I did not understand the question.
Oh, there's the prize money available here across the different categories. So it's limited but available for the athletes, and whether that's affected your kind of motivation for the championships or your participation. Maybe not, if you didn't know.
Yeah, I think it's depend on the discipline you are doing, and it's clear that some discipline are more covered with money than others. So yeah, I think everyone has a different experience. Yeah.
We're going to third row, please.
Hi, I'm Aidan McCoy from the Alexander Stadium. One for Matt. Obviously, home championships. What sort of, apart from medals and records and everything else, what sort of things are you going to be taking in this week? Because, like I say, you've got quite a long history with this place. And can you talk me through how you were introduced to the Alexander Stadium?
So I used to play football. I played for Wolves. Then, when I was playing, I just randomly decided I hate playing good, and then we're losing. And then, you know, it's a little bit selfish. You know, you can have a great game, you can score 3 goals, and you can still lose 5-3. So, one at a time, I think my mum, at the start, took me to Wolverhampton and Bilston track, and it was getting redeveloped, and she just wanted me to carry on doing track, so she brought me to the track over here. It was Star Track at the time, and it was like a Birchfield Development League, and I was 10 years old, and then I met Sharon Morris, who was my first coach. We did sports hall, met, what's his name? Jason Gardner. Yeah, so we did like a sports clinic with Jason Gardner, and it kind of just went from there, really. Went through all the age groups, literally had friends for life here, and saw everything that's been about and changed, really, been virtual. Yeah, like I said, since 10 years old, and it's one of those places where once you kind of come here, you kind of stay here for life. You can't really get rid of this place. So it's quite nice to see, even we're quite like a family in that sense, which is rare to see in a lot of track teams, because you know you're always competing against everyone, but really and truly this club like is like so close knit, and you grow with people like you've for your whole life. So it's been amazing, and seeing the changes like this whole. I don't think people realise like the whole club room and everything. Like this is shiny, this is brand new. Like I said, there was a hill on the back straight, which is why I always wanted the back straight because we always used to hang around there. The track was red. I wouldn't say it was run down, but it just didn't look as shiny as it did. So, you know, seeing that we have the first European Championships here, how far the club and the stadiums came. I mean, I even remember seeing Hannah when she used to come down to the track when she was training here from UOB. Like, you used to see all these people, even like 2012 when Team USA were here. Me and my friends would we snuck in to watch them. We weren't supposed to be here, but we got in because we knew the routes to get in, which I'm not gonna say in case I get in trouble. But I grew up here, and this is like my home, so it's just amazing to see the changes, the development, and we're gonna do a good job for the Europeans to So yeah, it's crazy.
Right, got one up at the back there. Up with the cameraman. Thank you.
Hi, Mark from ITV News. This is for Amy. Amy, there seems to be an increased focus on you in the past kind of 12, 15 months. I just wondered how life had changed for you, how you're coping with that.
I think I'm actually quite lucky in the sense that I have set up my training base in a small town in northern Italy called Padova. So while I'm probably someone that people realise that I don't shy away from the attention. Obviously I enjoy some small part of the attention, but I'm lucky enough to have a bubble that I can kind of always retreat to, and my kind of small bit of paradise in Italy, and be with my really closed off team, and it's a nice kind of small environment, and it's just us at the track, so it kind of helps keep me grounded, it helps keep me sane, and my parents fly out quite often to come and visit me and just keep me happy. But yeah, I quite enjoy it. I mean, it's obviously lovely to get the invitations to Vogue parties and drive in Ferraris and whatnot, but at the same time it's easier to turn down things because of living abroad. So it makes it easy to make decisions, and I had a really honest conversation with my coach when we were driving back to the hotel after my medal ceremony in Tokyo, and I said, look, at any point over the next kind of, however long my career is, but especially over the next year, if you feel like I'm taking on too much stuff from outside of track, just make sure you tell me, because I don't want anything to get in the way from what I'm trying to achieve kind of later on in my career and the goals and the dreams that I have. So I don't want to get carried away with the first tiny taste of hardware and lose my way. So we're very honest with each other, and we keep each other kind of posted. But at the end of the day, I also love training so much, so much. I love running the 250s, so it's not something that I'm ever kind of looking to get out of. So yeah.
Just go in the second to the back row there, please. Thank you.
Hi, Laura from Sportsbeat. Question for Audrey. Obviously, the women's 800 metres got a really stacked field now, and you're developing some of those rivalries like with Keely and Femke. What's that like as an athlete? Is that something you relish? And how does, I guess, the result at the World Indoors motivate you?
Yeah, right now we really have a great density on the 800, and for me it's really cool because it's better when we are a lot of athletes. It pushes us to be great every day, and yeah, I really like that because like that I think it's easier to achieve a really fast time because yeah, we can push us until the end of the race.
Vegard from NRK Norway. Again, a question for Matt and Amy. We asked all the Norwegian athletes about Birmingham, but they didn't really know anything about it. So I want to ask you two as experts, how would you describe the city?
I'll let, because Matt will have a better answer in a second. I think it's such a friendly city. I'm not from Birmingham, but I'm still from the East Midlands, so we're kind of like sisters. But yeah, obviously people know Birmingham from like Peaky Blinders, from Ozzy Osbourne, but I think it's a city with a lot of grit, and some really, really hardworking people, and people who have a lot of love to give. I'm not sure everyone's going to have an amazing time understanding the accent all the time, but yeah, I love coming to Birmingham. Like Matt said, I won an English school, say, kind of 9 years ago or something, so I think it's a great city that will come out and have a lot of noise, and yeah, it's famous. It has the jewellery quarter, we have the bull ring, yeah, there's a lot of kind of, there's the canals, obviously. I'm being coached. Yeah, I think obviously most people watch Peaky Blinders, so you can kind of live out your dreams there.
For me, like we're a quirky city, like very quirky. I think we get the brunt of the jokes from the Londoners, and I would say like Londoners hate us probably because we took their girls, so it is what it is. But we're a strong community. We got the best food. I'll fight anybody who wants to say we have the best curry and fish and chips in the whole.
Yes, everyone needs to go to a pub.
Yeah, like pub, like we're a strong community. Like everyone knows everybody. It's a big city, but it's so close knit. It's insane. Like I love being home. When I am home, I'm out from 8 to 8. So they've literally locked me in my room. I'm not out or anything. But we're strong knit, strong, hardworking, quirky, good food, good vibes, a lot of alcohol. Honestly, it's the place of dreams when you can do what. If you know the right people, you'll have a great time. So yeah.
Sunday night, you need to text it.
Yeah.
Where do I go?
I'm your guy. But yeah, like this is an amazing place, amazing people, and you'll have a good time.
An influx of Norwegian tourists next year, or not? Maybe we'll see. Maybe a couple more questions. If anyone's got any more, go to Phil, please.
Hello, Phil Minshall from European Athletics, and this is for Jessica. Jessica, I've spoken to a lot of shot putters about doing the qualifications in the morning and then the final in the evening. Opinions differ. What's your thoughts on doing that? And let's just assume there's no mishaps in qualifying. How are you going to spend the 8 hours between qualifying and coming back to the stadium for the final?
Sleeping.
All of it, all 8 hours?
A little bit of eating, sleeping, showering. No, I get it. It's difficult, especially when you get older. But my main focus is LA. And LA, there is, of course, qualification in the morning and the final in the evening. So at this point, I don't mind. But I would love to see a change because when you want to see big throws, you definitely have to get a little bit more rest than just a few hours because you also have to travel, you have to warm up and stuff, eat, shower, whatever. So if you want to see big throws, there needs to be like a day in between, just like other events like the discus throw and stuff. But at the moment, I am not complaining because in LA it will be the same. So it's a good practice.
Thank you. Let's just go for one more question, if there's one more out there. No? Thank you, guys. We'd like to thank all of our